Hello. Let's continue playing. And I think maybe I should go back to Evrart after all, because I really need that corpse stop being there. And I don't think I can find any help here with that, right? Probably not. Probably talking with Evrart is the only thing I can do right now to help with that. Man, how big this place is. My god. Feels like it will take me a whole day just for it. Alright, let's go back to Evrart. Let's talk to him. So, I just loaded the game and I was listening to regular main menu theme, and I think this theme is the same one that is playing currently in this village. I didn't listen to main menu theme that much because mine usually is changed to hardcore theme after I have loaded my save once, yeah. So I'm not completely sure if there are similar themes. Not similar, same themes, yeah. Okay. Should I keep this jacket for now? Yeah, I think I do. Or maybe I should find cryptozoologists before that? It's probably these guys. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Cinder blocks charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Yeah, I think it's the same music from the main menu.
You stop mid-step and put your hand on the garish necktie.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
I really don't care about any bottle. I don't want to look at it.
You should care! I'm getting a very special vibe from that bottle. Please go talk to him. I need to look at it closer.
Okay, these guys are trunks, not cryptozoologists. Okay, yeah, this place will distract me a lot, so let's focus on Evrart for now. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. I wonder if female driver is... how her name was pronounced? Klaasje, I think? I'm not sure. I think loading tips actually say how to say her name. Not Klaasje. Klaasje. Okay, her name is Klaasje. I wonder if she is that terrifying driver, and I'm also suspecting that driver was the one who bought my gun in the pawn shop. Because it's not someone from Evrart's side, otherwise he would tell me that he has my gun and would probably say, you should do this task for me and then I will return it to you, to gain some leverage over me.
Cuno's like Cuno's dad? Cuno doesn't give a fuck. Cuno doesn't...
Oh yeah, I still have my skill point that I didn't use, right? Okay.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad.
Man,
Kuno doesn't give a fuck
these chances
about
are
anything.
suck anyway.
It's not Cuno. It's Cuno S. Cuno S is by far the she came up with that psychopathic scheme of also, Cuno has all in all.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you!
She puts extra stress.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful.
Wait.
You can still fuck this up.
Kuno
Don't
and
make
a lot of
Kuno
other
bad in
people
this.
calls policemen pigs, and that woman that bought a gun from pawn shop, Roy mentioned that she called herself a pig as well, but she wasn't a cop. I wonder what implications are for that. I already failed this check. Why it's show me like I never said this? That's weird. I don't remember reloading this. Ah, actually I did. I did reload it, then I failed. Yeah, okay. So technically I never have done this. Okay, which one is better? Option 2 or option 3? Okay. Man, which is better? What's up with her? She's terrifying, crazy, scary. Ooh, I am glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up. Okay, I think option 2 is more neutral.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
She killed someone?
Stop talking to him! Cuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone? You think she has anything to do with the dead man? You said she's insane. What is the language she uses? Napakimpi Fagari. Is she your sister? Should I be careful still, or I can talk about whatever? Yeah, let's ask about her language.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit.
What people?
Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
It's Suruese. The Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and tiger-covered Isola of Katla. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really.
Do they have red-haired people there?
You mean evil little red-haired people like her? Yes, they do. The Suruese have that ginger gene.
Kuno, could she be Suruese?
Suruese? Like that man from Helmdall shit? She could be. She could be that Helmdall shit.
Revelshot does have a small Suruese community. Or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
Is she your sister?
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there.
He points at the apartment building behind the fence. I had a crazy thought. Maybe she was delivered with that fridge somehow? Or maybe one of the ice maker machines?
What was that, Cuno?
The little one twists her neck looking at the building.
She was in the hallway. Dripping wet. By the fucking shoe rack. In the dark.
A shoe cupboard just off to the right. Have you been to this place?
That hallway there with the janitor's closet.
Yeah, That's the place. She was just balled up near the closet, psycho style.
Why was she dripping wet?
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
You said she got in. How?
I dunno. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog.
What about your parents?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
So Kuno lives in apartment building, like a bum, I guess, with his dad.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The watches it sink in. What is the real deal?
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right, she's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
He's meant everything he said before, but right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Really, isn't she too small to overpower someone? You serious about this killing business? What if she has Kuno? That would explain things. Does she have my gun somehow? Did she shoot someone?
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
Okay, how many cops has she killed then?
Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
He feels ice on the back of his head and stops.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
Kuno, do you think it's possible that she's killed other children?
Cuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's what Kuno was starting to think, yeah.
Damn, what?
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and she was with Kuno.
Where were you?
Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
How are you dealing with all of this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. She doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
She needs professional help. You can't do this alone. You need backup. I'm here for you.
Listen. She is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with she. You fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
The boy looks you in the eye, black pupils trying to focus. Understood, Kuno. I can respect that. Who are you kidding, kid? You can't take down a man several times your size. You will end up dead yourself.
Alright, now we can do business.
Business.
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
He starts, no longer whispering.
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Cuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. See, it's tension and release with Cuno. Now we releasing. The pant buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Cuno's pig. Cuno can flex. And shit, you can even fuck back in Cuno's kingdom. Cuno saw you sniff around that fucking pile of Eternite. It's a secret door, okay? Just pull it off and fuck back in there.
Wait, what? It's a secret door, just pull it off. And I can go in now? I want to buy the phone pants and now they are much cheaper. +1 savoir faire and +1 physical instrument. What physical instrument gives me exactly? I guess it will be good for unlocking doors. Yeah. Yeah, this will be handy sometime. What was that about running you an errand and illegal narcotics, Cuno?
Cuno gets it from his dad. Cuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Cuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Cuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Cuno's door. Streets going mad. Cuno's gotta throw his dirty popo man at it.
This is very interesting, but I will have to get back to you. Okay.
Dirty popo man is you. In there is Cuno's violent dad on steroids. Cuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Who is your dad, Cuno?
Cuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
He's probably weaker than Measurehead. How much material are we talking about?
Like half.
Half of what?
A baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram, sir.
Half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not?
But that's not very much material at all. I am not interested in your narcotics. But I do wanna see how this will end.
Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
I have made up my mind, Cuno, and this is what is going to happen.
Okay, Cuno's listening.
I'm going in there, all guns blazing, to get that speed, because I need it. I'm going in there, but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Revachol. I'm going in there for justice. I am a narc, Cuno. I'm going to confiscate that crap. I'm going in there for justice. I am a narc, Cuno. I'm going to confiscate that crap. Lie, you need speed. I'm not going in there. So, 3 out of 5 options are about me being a drug junkie? Holy shit.
Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Cuno. Cuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Cuno when he's out. Just get in the apartment building. Cuno knows you already fucked your way in. Cuno knows everything.
Aggressively points at his eyes.
Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Cuno style. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckheads. That's it. Next time Cuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here?
I'm going to kill Cuno's dad. I am a bad addict cop, and I'm going to get my fix. Come on, Kim. Obviously, I'm not gonna take it. We need to get drugs away from a minor.
Okay then.
He concedes. Man, I really do need these pens
Cuno
now.
doesn't.
Because of that physical instrument. It will be useful, for sure. Okay, let's try moving this.
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Cuno told you about his pad.
Okay. Plus 10 from Cuno. Very good.
Because, unless Cuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels aside.
Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Well, that was easy.
So this is the shack Cuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside there.
Okay, what should I upgrade? Or maybe have a new fort? Nah. For forts, I still need to get something more interesting. Maybe I should upgrade my logic, because I still didn't open my ledger. I still haven't opened my ledger, I mean. Or maybe I should upgrade my authority. Could also be useful. But maybe it's too late for it. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade my logic. And now I can wear that jacket to upgrade my logic further. What else? These glasses also upgrade my logic. And now I probably should be able to open that ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage
Yeah,
of papers
very high
hanging from the
chance.
board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete. Yes, at last, you find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB 41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the Next World Mural.
Wait, HDB 41, weren't those officer precinct? Okay.
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HGB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Harrier Dubois.
Harrier Dubois, HDB.
Okay. The Next World Mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World Mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock. ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Remove the mural, it is wrong. Keep the mural, it is right. Wait, I already forgot. What was the purpose of this mural? True love is possible only in the next world. Wreak havoc on the middle class. Well, first part is okay, second part not so much, so let's remove it.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed, it's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted, and possibly even lobbied, to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Yeah, it's not about the middle class, it's human nature, I think. Right?
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
I feel a little bit anxious about reading all of this right now because I don't wanna skip time currently. I still have a lot of people to talk with, so I think I will revisit this later.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
We can try this interfacing check again. Wait, which one was better? This one.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the
42%.
permeables drawer
That's
inside.
alright.
It's barely up. Just relax. The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
Slide the drawer open. Wait, somehow I don't want to. Fuck no, put the ledger away.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What is inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the Bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
What was that? Throw the card in the wind. Hold on to it. Read the card. Oh, this feels important. What should I do? Well, this conflicts with my principles in two ways. So, I am an advocate for truth. So, I would prefer if truth is always on the surface, even if it's very harsh. No matter how rough it is, I want to know the truth. But at the same time, I don't want to hold on to the past and make it drag myself with it to the bottom of the ocean or something. So maybe reading this will make Harry think about his ex-wife too much, and it will sabotage my investigation somehow. Maybe not knowing is better in this case. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it away before it does some mental damage. I think Volition and Inland Empire, I think they hinted about something breaking heart of Harry, and probably that was a rough breakup with his wife, and it is a recent wound, as we know, because it happened 4 months ago, and this amnesia is a good chance to forget about this completely and move on. So let's do that.
Just like that, the wind picks it from your fingers. Cold, they let go. The wax paper rustles, a whisper light and low. Then a sudden gust raises the postcard to the drizzle-grey sky above. Away from you. The wind carries the keepsake away from you. To the southwest, the pale violet dot disappears.
What was in there?
No, you should not have thought back at it. Now some of it is on your mind again.
Oh no. Shit. Caustic echo. So I guess they give you a thought for this, so you would gain memories if you still want them after throwing this item. That would do that anyway. Look at the ledger again.
The ledger of oblivion-induced mental health is just as shabby as the damaged ledger was. A bunch of sodden papers sags from the clipboard in your hand.
The Ledger of Oblivion is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand.
What about this gum?
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
End of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where did it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Ancient temple.
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels very, very familiar. Harry, please. You were supposed to discard it.
Should I fucking sew this gum wrapper? I feel very uncomfortable with this direction. You have found a trace of entity who's been stalking you across the plains. The Gloom Stalker, the conglomeration, the shadowy organization behind your downfall, possibly connected to the dreaded X something. Granted, it is impossible to determine its true identity, but you can remember where you first smelled its treachery. Yes, use the Tutti Frutti gum wrapper, reconstruct the day you first breathed in her untrustworthy atoms. Maybe Harry wants to think about this, that she was the one who betrayed him. Maybe cheated on him. And then maybe it's coping and actually it was other way. Who knows? Good on you to have thrown that slip to the wind and walked away, saying, "Not today, Dark One. I don't need your keepsakes. I'm not curious. Let the past disintegrate. Let its ink wash off into the Bay of Martinez. You are through with it. There is no terrifying splash of stomach acid to fill you with dread. No caustic lack of air. You haven't lost anything incredibly precious. Too precious to name. You got shit on a stick. All you need to do is keep the shit balanced on the stick and everything will be fine." +1 volition, power move. So this thought will be good for me? Question mark. So Harry will be able to move on, maybe? And Gam is the opposite one, living in the past. Yeah, maybe I should research caustic echo next. Alright, let's go inside. An empty tube of magnesium supplement. A magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere. I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. I have heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
It was so close this whole time. Come on. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. Get out of the way or get fucked up. Fuck me. Is that how you go there? Man. If only I chose correctly while talking with Cuno that time, I could have passed Measurehead entirely on day 2 morning. This doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keeps the ruins together. Ledger of Oblivion. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It emits oblivion, a thin veneer of la la la, what I don't know cannot hurt me, covers its pages. You look at it and it makes you feel surprisingly solid, actually. What it does if I hold it? I think it gives me +1 authority and -1 Inland Empire. Minus Inland Empire. I'm not sure about this, but overall other skills are good. Yeah, maybe I should keep it in me. On me, I mean. Postcard. Grand Coupon 37. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, and ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. Yeah, right. I need to paint that wall. Man, I have so many things to do on day 3. When on day 2 I was just fucking lost and yeah, couldn't do anything. How do I go down exactly? What? Like this? What? What am I doing wrong? Ah, shit! And I still can't go into Whirling in Rags roof. Maybe this secret path isn't what I was supposed to do anyway. Maybe it doesn't give me the whole way. Doesn't seem like I can go anywhere from here.
Yes?
Wait. Maybe I should try eyebrow battle on him again.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Good. Let's check.
Okay, I have no idea how to get down from here, so tell me if I am doing something wrong. I'm gonna go back. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I will paint the wall. Maybe I can sell that can to a pawn shop and then buy those pants from Cuno, and then I can try beating his father maybe. Actually, I'm gonna make a hard save just in case.
Paintbrush? Check. Heavy fuel oil? Check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police. I love you, Cuno. Mother of all woes. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. I guess we lack skills to draw a phoenix like we were planning to. Shit. I love you, Cuno is the funniest option, I think. I want to hear his reaction. Pictogram also could be cool to see. Maybe it doesn't matter what I choose because I'm burning this wall anyway. But Kim probably will not approve of that. So he will stop me before burning it. Fuck. I think this option is the only actual drawing here, and I predict that a lot of people choose this as a result. So I love you, Cuno option maybe is an option that less people have chosen. What do you think? Damn, in cursive
You've
too.
spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
I lost that can.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
I love Harry just waving his paintbrush. Oh yeah, let's get rid of those gloves. Gloves.
Trying to sneak up on me again.
Maybe Cindy will have something new to say. So Kuno's dad doesn't actually live in DCA. He lives in this apartment building.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Okay, nothing new. Maybe I should try his apartment right now.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board.
So it's this one. What kind of stats would I want for this? Half-light probably will not help. Electrochemistry probably is a good way to deal with him. Maybe we can relate to him as a junkie, but I'm not a junkie. Let's try this.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Looks like we found where Cuno's dad lives. Point to the bill on the door.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
Use the cutters on the chain. Let's knock first.
No response.
Ah, shit. My interfacing is shit, so I'm not sure if I'm doing this.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the door. It should be easy, but it's just an awkward angle, okay? The door doesn't really open wide enough to really get the cutters through. You can't get the leverage you need, and the cutters are blunt. And the chain is just super strong, okay? It's not your fault you can't cut it.
Trouble with the chain, officer?
He smiles. These are no ordinary chains. They are titanium chains, supreme titanium. Hey, don't look at me. You are the one packing shitty chain cutters. I'll be honest, I'm just not good. I'm not that good with my hands.
Well, no, I guess not.
The lieutenant arches his eyebrows, surprised.
You can't stand for that. Come on, show him what you can really do.
+1. Won't be beat by a goddamn door.
Snip. So much for that goddamn chain. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. You have bested the titanium menace.
I wrote 2 6s for this. Does this mean critical success? Huh. Okay.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
It's dark in there. Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Lieutenant, I have located psychoactive substances on this table.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the other room.
Take the speed from the table.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
Well, Cuno asked for it, so I guess I don't have to deal with his dad. Composure, regular black jeans. Thank God for black jeans. Everyone looks good in black jeans. Combine it with your favorite book, t-shirt and yellow plastic bag to channel that laid-back trash bin raccoon meets a cool professor vibe. Or do whatever you want, it's just a pair of black jeans after all. Yeah, actually... Oh yeah, I'm gonna use them. Finally! Some pants that don't look awful on me. Much better. Now I look almost like a proper person that doesn't drink. for a living.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even.
Hold up, Lieutenant. Look at that pile of clothes. The lieutenant has covered his nose. Slowly reach out your hand.
Something underneath there is breathing. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Fuck this, I'm out. I'm kinda scared, so I'm gonna save and then try again.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. Something. It's not too late.
Keep
No one's going to
extending your
blame you
hand
for backing
towards the
out.
pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
Pull the blanket off.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Kim, is this thing even alive?
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. The limb seemed to be twitching from time to time.
A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Is this Cuno's father we're seeing?
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes.
To me, it feels like because we are seeing his portrait as him sleeping, maybe we are not able to see him being awake at all. I was expecting something worse. I can't believe it. Cuno's dad isn't a loser. It must be someone else. Doesn't look like he's going to fuck anyone up anytime soon.
No, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Hold on, what happened to his eyes?
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Not a pretty sight.
He's gonna sleep it off, I know this shit. This is serious damage, I'm still not sure he's not dead. Suddenly the man starts growling. 3 words manage to escape his mouth, along with a strong stench of alcohol.
Look, he's trying to communicate.
I'm not gonna whisper to him. Maybe we should help him somehow.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Not.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The lieutenant stops, listening to him.
Years, months, weeks. The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Ooh, 70% red check. And I'm not interested in upgrading my perception, so fuck it.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something, and then falls back again, limp and defeated by sleep. A loud snore escapes his mouth.
Alright. Yeah, Measurehead is more violent than this guy, I think. Or maybe more dangerous. I can't exit from not exit. I can't exit from this way, right? Or I can. Should I try going to that apartment again? Maybe Sunday friend is still there, but I doubt that he is.
This door is made of no one answer.
Let's go. There's nothing.
Okay. Man, I'm still a little bit sad that I gave away information to Hardie Boys about that MI guy. Speed bottle. How convenient, someone has equipped this tiny bottle of amphetamines with a straw. It's the lorryman's speed on the go. Ooh, it gives me -1 morale, +1 psyche, +1 motorics. So it gives me overall stats. But is it permanent or is it for a limited time? That's what is not very clear to me. I don't want to do drugs, even though I do have thought that really benefits from it. Like, really benefits from it. Man, I don't want to use it. Actually, I'm giving it away anyway, right? I'm not using it. Yay, that's good, that's good. I don't want my Harry to be a drunk, a drunk or a drug junkie.
Cuno saw you wield that can. Sweet graffito action, pig. Cuno likes that delinquent shit.
Yeah, you like art, Cuno? Pop us bad to the bone, Cuno. Rotten to the core. Thank you, Cuno. I really appreciate it.
Cuno's part is. You're just shit at life. Now what's your case with Cuno?
I took care of the drug situation.
Alright, so you got Cuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Cuno Cuno's kilo, then Cuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way, street way.
Aren't you going to ask how I got past your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distraction style. That's some sick shit.
He nods approvingly to the lieutenant.
Not a single muscle moves on the lieutenant's face.
Cuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit.
By kilo you mean gram, right?
Cuno knows what Cuno means.
Cuno means gram.
Alright, fair is fair. Give Cuno the vial. I'm keeping it. You don't need more drugs. You're 12. Don't give it to Cuno. I am keeping it and I'm doing it all myself. Don't give it to Cuno. I'm not ready to make this decision. Oh man, this is a tough choice. Let me save.
The fuck are you talking about? Getting Cuno all worked up for nothing? Cuno doesn't...
Should I give him this bottle or not? Well, he's not just using drugs for himself, right? He has customers, so maybe I'm giving this bottle and hope that he will sell it instead of using it himself.
Cuno's like Cuno's dad? Alright, so you got... That's how we split it. It's
Because
the best
how
way,
otherwise he
street
would
way.
buy food. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Wow. That's heavy.
He waves the minuscule bottle around, then slips it into his coat pocket.
There you go. More than half in there. Cuno's fucking honourable like that.
Out comes another similar vial from the sock above his running shoe. Okay, I can internalize that thought now. Caustic echo. I hope it will not give me a negative solution that I don't want.
There is no movement on the lieutenant's face as he stares intently at the trash container.
Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig?
I looked around in there. It's not easy life you have got going on in that apartment. Cuno, I met your dad.
The fuck do you know about Cuno's life? Cuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got plans.
Yeah, you do some Sambo shit, sneak in. Is the hooker thing real?
Sambo is an acronym for Samoan boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
It was dark in there. We sneaked in and got out. It was what you said. Kim dressed up as a hooker, full drag, distracted him. Cuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes. I killed your dad, Cuno. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna be funny.
The lieutenant flashes you a sharp look, but doesn't say anything.
Fuck out of here. Cuno made that shit up to demean you.
His eyes move between you and the lieutenant.
Look, pigs. Cuno gets it. You don't want to talk about it. Close quarters combat shit. Cuno doesn't want to talk about it either. Combat trauma shit.
He adds after a few seconds of somber silence.
You got lucky. Cuno's dad was out getting more drink. Cuno knew that. That's why he sent you. Cuno cares about his pig. Doesn't want his pig to get hurt.
He nods empathetically. There were tons of unpaid utility bills there.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
You can guess.
Let me guess. Cuno's dad doesn't give a shit about them. That is no place to live in. You have to find somewhere else. Find a job. Pay them yourself. Your dad can't handle things anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Cuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink. That's right, it's a shithole. Cuno's gonna move underground, Leroy shit, ancient shit. Cuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Cuno.
The little one seems overjoyed at the prospect. Okay, let's conclude this business.
Yeah, pig, this shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Cuno's face. Cuno needs to drop the bomb.
Wait, do I still have a point? Did I get 2 skill points? I didn't notice that. No, I didn't. Cuno, I found your shack.
Yeah, did you fuck in there?
What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Cuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Cuno demo tape.
Were you trying to send me a message of some sort? Demo tape, like some kind of musician? Cool pig head, I liked it. I got one too, this one. It's shit.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Cuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
Well, that gave me 15 experience, so this was worth it. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Cuno gets his daily hit of electric. Cuno Shazam! Cuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Oh, what is with the tube of magnesium, Cuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Cuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Cuno! He's gonna use it against you, Cuno!
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
I have heard enough of this.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Cuno about his kingdom. Cuno doesn't...
Okay. Let's go to Evrart and deal with that body finally. I forgot that I can actually retry this check. Maybe I can upgrade my half-light and then convince racist lorry driver to spill his beans instead of trying to do that to Tommy.
Right to work!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
For now, he's not saying anything new, because I'm not completely done with Evrart, I guess.
Your race descent has temporarily halted.
I wonder... I probably shouldn't talk about this. But I was wondering about his Measurehead's babes. Why... If he's considering himself to be the superior one, why is he hanging out with ham sandwich woman? That's weird from him. That's a little bit
The drawer.
a display of hypocrisy, I think. Because he was talking about how dangerous is mixing of... No, actually, danger of mixing, it was something that racist lorry driver said, not Measurehead himself. I guess he has protection, so he doesn't care about them getting pregnant. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Really? That means I was in this harbor before? This is really sad. I must have been miserable. Looks like I had a lot of fun. I'm still not completely convinced it was me. I must have been on advanced scouting mission in the harbor.
I am, but it doesn't matter right now. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was me. For some reason I got something growing in my inventory, but I'm not seeing anything new. Interesting.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud.
So this is where Rene works. I'm gonna look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of Rene?
The lieutenant asks, glancing at the photo. I'm gonna ask him about it.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Well, there was nothing else to do here, I think.
This is the...
Yeah. I can't go down there. It's... check didn't get easier for some reason. So I guess... It says that I have been in this world for 2 days, and it said the same thing yesterday too. So it makes me worried that it will not get easier tomorrow too.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart.
Hi.
Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
It doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You are UB, right?
Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
But what did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this under Hardie's.
He's easy, so he's not the part of the Hardie guys. Interesting. Mirroring of them.
Look at him. It's not gonna be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Evrart and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Evrart. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Well, in Mafia, as we know, a lot of their power comes not from threats, from killings, but from gaining trust of simple people. So they help them out and then keep them in debt to them and pretend to be friendly with them. So I don't trust Evrart and Edgar at all.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Evrart has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes I am, yes I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
What is going on here? Look at the mountains of containers right behind him. Red check, by the way.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Evrart doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Thanks, Leo. You have been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everart's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Evrart is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Beaufort, is that Klaasje? Klaasje?
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on, who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Evrart put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
Okay, I guess this is not Klaasje.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener?
Oh. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. I didn't think about her at all. Give me that hint again. Yeah. Klaasje. 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 Hard to remember her name. Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
What is in that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Bye-bye now.
Nah, it's definitely not empty. Okay, Mr. Evrart. Huh? Photo of a happy couple. A black and white photo of a couple posing in front of a Ferris wheel. The girl is young and pretty. The man clad in fancy uniform and smiling. On the back, a very steady hand has written the words. Revo Show Fair, summer of 91. So that was 60 years ago. God damn. His partner probably is not alive.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Yeah, it damages me. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Say nothing.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
I have opened a few doors in my life. You have heard wrong, Evrart. We're not. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
He puts his glasses back on. And I open that door, and then he will kill someone there, and then blame it on me. Huh? I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. He knows, but I will bait him.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
But you didn't know my full name. Damn it, fine. I will look into it. We need to talk about that murder. Yeah, I think I should go with my drama skill and say that I am accepting this, but pretend that I did it somehow without actually doing it.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Mañana. He's down by the gates. Mañana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry.
He smiles, obviously satisfied with how well he planned it all out.
Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? Actually, this probably will teleport me to the hangman, so let's talk about local drug trade for now.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
No, I'm not. Lie.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
He perks up.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
Is it implying that if I don't have Kim with me, maybe he'll talk with me differently?
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Okay, let's talk about the dead body.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
You are a community leader. Help your community out.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radiophone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy.
Jean-Luc, it's Measurehead's name? Measurehead, if he can get the body down, he could have been the one who hung him there in the first place.
You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Okay, maybe talking about drugs wasn't a good idea. Just snooping around and talking too much feels so punishing sometimes. Makes me feel like an idiot for giving away important information about what I'm doing exactly.
race descent has temporarily halted.
Evrart told you
but
to
you
help
will
us get the
fall
body down from
again.
the tree.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
He will tamper with evidence. Fuck.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
I have missed talking to you, Measurehead. Listening to your bullshit. That means showing everyone that we are taking orders from the Union.
Yes, that is precisely what it means, homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way.
No way, we're not going to do that.
Fine. Goodbye. Return to your degeneracy.
Oh, fuck. Maybe I should talk with Joyce? Maybe... Oh, I can show her my badge. Maybe I can get more information before I decide to do this very iffy decision.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor utopia. Complete shit. It wasn't shit, it was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of a cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example harbors.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Yeah, I talked about that previously.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Evrart said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Of course, I got you. You don't know anything.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I saw an opportunity and I took it. I am a hustle grinder. I heard something about a weasel and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. I think that sounds racist. I'm not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Fritta's warehouse. I can go there now.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person? When he will be home? I know that it's not a home, it's a warehouse, so I will just say nothing. Yeah, got it.
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker, see. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Evrart. Who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself. Wait. Is my thought ready? Can I listen to this? Okay, I can't. Wait, so not wages or pensions or... How large a share would you like?
This stuff. They already covered.
Shouldn't you be grateful then? It's a lot more than most people here have. However much you feed the wolf.
The wolf always wants more. I like wolves. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
As a bossman, Evrart, what can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
That desk seemed lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Got the picture. Let me ask you something else.
Sure thing.
What is this? News of the world? Talk about personal stuff. Get to know him.
Wait, I don't even know your name. Who are you?
Call me Mañana. I'm just a humble harbor worker for the past 6-7 years.
Mañana sounds like a Mesk word, but he doesn't actually look much like a Mesk. Not a given name for certain. It's a taken name. The kind for artists, or criminals, or revolutionaries and the sort. An alias, a nom de guerre.
Call me Mañana. What kind of a name is that?
It means call me tomorrow.
Hold on, have you had any other names?
Plenty to go around. Don't get greedy and try to swipe mine, though. You got your own.
So, not a given name, I take it.
I'd say a real name is what most people call you.
He realizes something.
Now that we are getting so well acquainted, what's your name?
Be honest with him.
Honestly, I lost it while drinking. Okay, I think might be Harry. My name is Harrier Dubois, I think.
A strong, solid name telling of dedication and honor. Well met, Harrier.
He actually calls me Harrier. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardie Boys?
Los Hardies? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Evrart's law. But really, they're just like you.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes? Come on. He's just trying to keep the peace.
Let it go.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair. Motorway south. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat, swallow in, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope.
Okay. All interact light checks unlocked. +1 Inland Empire. Swallowing motion. Okay, that was worth it, I think. What intellect? Ah, yeah, I see. Cargo container door. I can try it again. Man, I wish I could scroll this better somehow. So janky.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is that? Point to the raincoat.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. I don't like their stats, so let's not do that.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to.
Okay, I think I will talk with Joyce first, because she will give me information about hangman tattoos. And that could give me more... What was that word? Is that a word? Leverance. Leverance. Is that a word or not?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
She is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious.
Okay. Leverance is not the word. I was thinking about leverage.
What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish.
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
This sucks. This was your plan all along.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
Son of a bitch. Alright. Maybe my next point will go into Half-Light, so I can fucking talk with that lorry driver and make him spill his beans. And I can upgrade it only once, so it's a very risky strategy. Oh yeah, Rene.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Rene, I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Leave? Hold on, why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
I know why. 60 years since his marriage, so it's an anniversary. He's celebrating it.
You see, officer, Rene is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So, who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday?
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before Rene. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrart created this job for Rene because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Evrart gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. I don't agree with that. Rene is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keeps folks motivated. Rene should rent out his services, invest the profit, get few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. There is absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. Proudly hold out the tear back.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who is the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it, thanks.
Yes, yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Can I not give you your photo back? 3%. Let's try.
Still.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer?
Why the fuck did I take it this then? I'm not gonna sell it, what the hell. I need to return it somehow. Maybe it will come up later.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
You mentioned Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
So you both know her.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was Rene's first girl, back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Easy, fellows. No need for this to get ugly. Do not intervene.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. Rene and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
That's a bit odd.
Heck,
technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Sweet, sweet Jenny. Ask away, officer. Of course, officer.
Shit. Okay, am I risking this? Giving my point to Half-Light. What does this actually gives me? Nothing special.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh, this one is very difficult to do. Wait, I need to wear those pants.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to
42%.
fuck off again?
Please succeed.
Men like
Yes.
this only respect two things: strength and fear.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life, you understand? I'm gonna put you in a cell with a giant kept. You're gonna be bleeding keep dick, you hear me? I have been to your fucking lorry, I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? What is your name, fuckhead? I'm gonna go on police radio saying this guy told Madre to fuck off. Which one is better? Second option, I think. I hope it's not gonna give me a fascist point, because this one, it is a bit racist, but I think it's not. How do I say this? It's not me stepping to his level. It's me talking in the language that the only one he can understand. So yeah, this is my excuse, okay?
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Whew. Okay, let's see my... Okay, it didn't give me that point, so I'm happy with that. Ooh, that was clutch. These pants that I bought from Silgen, they came in handy after all. I don't regret buying them. Very nice. This one. No? Ah, this one. Okay.
This green found, A to Z, contemporary, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Found. So... Tommy was in the same convoy as her?
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
Try to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of the seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
How are we going to get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Fuck! Okay. Physical instrument. Is this red check or white?
This screen found A to Z.
White, okay. Okay, let's see. I need a pry bar and physical instrument. Well, I hope this is enough. Otherwise, I need to buy those pens from Cuno.
This screen found A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins.
That's pretty bad. Holy shit, that... Those are very bad chances. Yeah, I think I will buy those pens first.
Stuck in the rain in a
Oh, wait, what?
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Okay. I thought it was something new.
Everything's still.
Or maybe this music is from the main menu. So maybe Fishing Village and Rain themes are similar or same.
Hello again. How can I help you?
I can try your electrochemistry check again.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it true? Never heard of eyes turning yellow. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? Oh, look around. Step closer. Sir, could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Get straight to the point. So, where does a man get Pyrrolidon these days?
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
It's pretty obvious that you are under the influence, sir. No judgment, just curious. I probably did lots of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. I am a chill out cop who just wants some of what you're having. Wink.
Pyrrolidon is just something you know, since the People's Pile disaster. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile, what is that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
What is a particle decay generator?
A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of?
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
He shrugs. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Nah, I don't want to ask him to share his Pyroridon with me.
Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't have enough money. Fuck.
Another time, perhaps. Sure thing.
Have people from Evrart Claire's Union come here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Evrart seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Sure, man.
Okay, I'm not able to buy those pants for now. Maybe I have to save scam this after all, because this was too difficult to unlock. I have everything that gives me physical instrument, right?
This screen found, A to Z, contemporary, is parked, pry-bar in hand. You take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the pry-bar bounces back, leaving a tiny spider web on the glass. Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
The window appears to be shatterproof.
No, it's not shatterproof. Give me that.
Oh, he takes the pry bar from you and gestures for you to step back. Then, with little warning. Finally, I really wanted to say right now that Kim, for fuck's sake, do something for yourself without my help.
He smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now.
Nice.
It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
Open the door.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
Oh, that's a nasty mix. Holy shit. Enough of the posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
Check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Back up into the cabin again.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Peripherique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
His foot trails off. Push in the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
Keeps mentioning cigarettes, so I'm thinking, as I already was suspecting, Klaasje is the one who is the owner of this lorry. She is smoking a lot, as we saw.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all of this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all of this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Maybe the trader is some sort of cinephile. Eh? What does that mean? Cinephile. Ah, okay. Cinemaphile.
Yes, well...
It doesn't say more.
Unimportant.
I wanna see his other replies.
As elegant as they are... Yes, well...
Unimportant.
As elegant... I'm going to say no.
Okay. How do you think this is connected to the Union?
We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Evrart Claire would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Alright.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think. What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over.
Debrief over. After you.
What makes me worried is that it doesn't tell us exactly if we are going to tell that information to Joyce or not.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
The racist told us where her cabin is. We only searched it. No trouble, she's going to be fine. There's going to be an investigation. Sorry man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you. What should I say? I think I will be honest with you.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
He lets out a whistle, looking about 10 years older suddenly. No need for you to do anything, don't worry. The police are looking into it. The last thing we need is more civilians involved. I really don't know.
Damn. I always wonder to watch yourself. Man. Nothing to do now, I guess. Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What is the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Why Tommy Lehome?
Tommy Lom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
Oh, this was your nickname this whole time? Your real name is Jerry. Yeah, Tommy suits you better.
It's more him.
Yep. Alright, I had another question actually.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Okay, he wasn't devastated about this, so it wasn't too bad. I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
Nah, I trust him.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Okay, this case wasn't that dirty as I expected it to be. I thought that I would do something similar that Evrart told me to do, like something that would show police as siding with Wild Pines, and then I'm trying to be neutral, so for me taking a side in this isn't great, so I will try to avoid it. And yeah, I like Joyce more than Evrart, but I think she's more cunning, and her backers, her Wild Pines, they to me sound like a monopoly, so I do not support their cause at all.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
You said contain the situation. I have already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith.
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply an opening gambit, like you suggested, or a joke even. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
I have a theory. She said 3 of them. Maybe it's those 3 guys on that are sitting close to the pawn shop currently, and I couldn't talk to them before. Or maybe okay, that does not up, but I thought that guy with salami and his friend Barry the butcher, maybe they can be related to this, but they don't look Oranese to me.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
Okay, so him raping a woman is true then?
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Okay, so it's not 3 guys, it's 2. So Barry the Butcher and that guy with salami could be them. I thought that guy with salami, he was suspicious because he is one of the few NPCs that just disappear after the first time you talk to him. For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What the hell? Military tribunal.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
What the hell? You have made a mess here. It wasn't her fault, it was her employer's fault. I have to say, this is not disco. Maybe the investigations can team up, you know, share resources and intelligence. Oh boy, is that not good.
Surely you're joking. These people are killers. My only hope is that yours provides a single, concrete suspect before they indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
she grabs hold of the mainsail.
If you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Union could have foreseen this, so they can play their workers as sacrificial figures. So they force Orani's PMC to open fire, and then they can kill them afterwards, and then Union can justify their more harsh methods to deal with situation and make Wild Pines to accept their negotiation terms, and they would be even bigger than they are already.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
If that armor is so good, then how that guy was lynched, huh? Well, it isn't immune to punches, so maybe Measurehead just punched him really hard. We know that when he was hanged, his neck wasn't broken, so he probably already was dead before the hanging.
As I said, a bloodbath.
See, Kim, this is that great bloodletting I have been telling you about. I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you are describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Oh shit, this is not good. This case got much bigger suddenly. You said contains the situation.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
What can you tell me about Colonel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Evrart. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they are used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
That's why Hardie Boys wants to split their blame into 7 people. So... okay, maybe Evrart is choosing them to be a sacrificial figure, so those 7 can be pointed to, and then PMC will kill them, and then conflict will start because of that.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel.
Could you contact the company, tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Yeah, Hardie Boys, they didn't want to talk about that rape. Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You'll meet her soon enough, you feel?
I hope it's not Klaasje. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was...
Lely. His service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret to her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, then. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Vigilantes. The RCM gets its authority from the coalition. Where does theirs come from? We still need to know where they are. We will confront them directly. Okay, we will still steer clear for the moment.
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Oh ho ho ho. Where are these mercenaries? Scap leader murder bad reply, scap leader bad acting. Didn't pass background check. So one of them is that scap leader. Alright.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scap leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Oh, I remember now. Scap leader said that to open the gate he would need a heavy ordnance, and that line seemed so weird to me, but I didn't comment on it. Now it makes sense, because he is a military man.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant, but my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel.
So they have earpieces. Scap leader, he questioned our Sunday friend. He was the one who was talking to him. Okay. And he was the one investigating... Yeah, he was investigating the corpse. Smoker on the balcony said about some muscly guy doing that. I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
5 days? On day 5 or on day 8 from now?
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Ah, shit. I think it's day 5. That's not good. That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
That's a very nice description of someone's body.
She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like blooms in a pattern?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I have spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
She remains unfazed by this remark. Okay. What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Semines Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
Maybe it's a record of his military career.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
What could you... who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial. Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
I need the information. Mark it down. Ask mercs about tattoos. You're right, not a good idea. Leave it off the schedule. I think I need it.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it. Or maybe I have been dealing with Evrart.
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy.
Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later.
Okay, I can't tell her about my deal with him for now. So many things to do. Let's see. Wait, what? I have a check with Joyce? Really?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? What would you like to know? Good.
There was a touch of discomfort.
The Pines, and that is...
The Wild Pines group is one of the... She nods.
Of course. Evrart...
She's being sarcastic.
Of course not. Evrart is fantastically corrupt. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing something about this Edgar.
Have you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Evrart right away. This time.
Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is think of something close to you?
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Fuck. Do I upgrade my Esprit de Corps to get this check? Should I? Should I? Let's try it.
Glad to have been of assistance. More lessons in basic reality?
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia.
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lackey of capital. A fraud to foreign interests. So I'm basically one of the good guys. So I'm basically going to avoid the subject and ask the next question in this line of inquiry.
Truly moralist of you. The coalition government would applaud you for staying out of politics. And yet, there's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed, a true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
She bows and smiles. What was the RCM again?
Nothing more nor less.
Yes.
He's being sarcastic.
Okay, and I don't want to do this again.
We are.
Yes, that means not to. Permit me to conclude with this. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the bait, glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, should I talk to Hardie Boys first, or should I ask Measurehead to get rid of the body after all? Not get rid of it, put it down. I think I should try Hardie Boys first, just in case.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Yeah, I'm not getting his check with my pitiful composure.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
I can't really say anything to him.
The woman in an RCM.
I would really prefer...
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Okay.
Maybe I will talk to you later.
Can I help you? Another thing, yes?
Oh, hello, dear. There.
You see.
Okay, so this is not the door I need.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Are you
Why are you wasting
Lizzie,
your time?
Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardie.
You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that. A man like Easy Leo could have said anything. Do not be restrained, sire.
He said Mr. Evrart sent you to law school. He said you were in debt to Mr. Clare. He said you are the union fixer, you fix things. He said you are Mr. Evrart's doigt et sucre, death machine.
I am a legal counsel. Don't make this personal.
A very minor victory.
Okay.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I talked to Joyce, the merc you hanged. His friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
There is sneakering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down.
Titus did his best, but his men are a bit unsettled.
Yes, they are forming some kind of tribe now, and they are coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardie boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I will oil it for the machine.
He punches Blondie on the shoulder. Do you know that a single Ceres giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute? This will not convince them. This kernel is bad news, you know that, right? The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons. Joyce said they have gone rogue. Nobody is controlling them.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
See what? That they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
He takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
You are the bees, they are the hornet.
We're not bees. We're men. We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men?
This kernel is bad news, you know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army. And the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Send back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
Okay, conclude with a shrug.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, they are going to wipe you the fuck out, Titus. I mean, okay, you got this, you got the numbers. I mean, okay, I will be on your side when they come. I mean, okay, you got one more gun on your side. Once I find mine, I lost it. I mean, okay, I guess I will be gunning you down right alongside them.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that, on what might be the eve of battle.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
I can establish authority. Not a good chance. But 70%. I can do this.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Bro, 17% is my magical number. I nail this fucking check every time. Where have I seen this before? I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men. Sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time. You seen Apricot, old Perdue's daughter? Asks Lieutenant McCoy. Replies Torson. The ass on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. A bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint?
Huh?
You must be. You are just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No, I got drunk so drunk, I drove my car to the sea. I don't give a shit either, just like you guys. No, I am also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people. I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job, like you. Which one is better? I think I can fail this conversation still. Maybe I should relate to them. Like, they think they are the police here, and I can say, yeah, I get that feeling. I am too. I wanna say about my car, but I think they will be, you fucking incompetent bastard. So I'm gonna say option 3.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
He picks the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help. Someone's been raped. She needs counseling. We need to talk to her. I have asked this before. Why are you hiding the victim?
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
The lieutenant takes out his notes.
Klaasje, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju, with an O-U.
Shit. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Oh. So she is a victim of a rape, and you, at the beginning of the game, you could have said, I want to have fuck with you, and fucking hell, I'm glad I didn't say that. Fuck that. I wanna see what happens if you succeed that check, but I'm pretty sure it will go nowhere. I'm sure of this. If she is really a victim, that is. So far, it's unclear if it really happened or not, and I still suspect her about being a lorry driver that is doing drug trafficking.
Oh, it's her! It's definitely her! It's Miss Oranje, disco dancer!
Klaasje, correct your tie. Oh fuck. Klaasje Amando. Cool. Keep your cool. Red check. Fuck, I can't do this.
Yeah, blonde, tall, 2 rooms over from yours. Sure, why not? You've probably seen her around.
Oh, I need to fucking do this anyway. Oh, this will be bad. And I made my stat even worse by saying Klaasje, but it didn't change my percentage.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
Whatever you do, do not tell him you know her. That would sound off, calm, normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
So what was her relationship with the mercenary? So the rape, when was that? So, what is your relationship with her? I think I know her. Thank you, we will talk to her.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
The tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
I know her.
He looks around and uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
Are you in relationship with her? That's why you agreed when we said that we will help her and are being defensive of her. So she's not from around here. Ah, yeah. If she is that drug trafficking lorry driver, then yeah, she's not local.
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant, or a drifter of some sort. Been staying over here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
I hope this is a good idea. You said you partied. Cool, that's cool, but what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Was it sex? Drugs? Avoid... Is that a typo? Avoid is his gaze. Did you do karaoke?
Yeah, tons of it. All the songs.
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
He points his beer can at you. Oh, Kim wants to talk?
Officer, what was that?
You mean the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of quivering jello thing with the eye. Point to your twitching eye.
Yes.
'Tis art.
It's an art thing, you wouldn't understand.
Try me.
I think I know that woman.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
I didn't rape her. I met her in the hallway after I woke up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
She knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
That's it.
This is unprofessional. Not sharing information with me is unprofessional.
Bro.
His opinion of you has lowered considerably.
But that information wasn't that important. Like, okay, I met a woman, she is Klaasje, and that's it. I didn't get any information from her before. Come on, Kim, what are you doing? How can you do this to me?
I've got nothing to say.
I really want to talk to her, but it's soon for me time to sleep, so I think I will leave her for now, or maybe... Okay, I think I will talk to her first, because I still need more evidence before I say to Evrart that I need help. To Measurehead, I mean. Okay, I will talk with her, and this will be the last thing I do today.
The door is closed.
Knock.
Who is it?
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Piles of dirty clothes, a woman's. The room has sat all over it, reminds you of your own. Hotel bill calculations, looks like she's had an extended stay. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. She's been living here. She's been living here since strike started 4 months ago, so she is stuck here like lorry drivers. I suspect her. In the yard below, a corpse hangs from the pine tree.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Look at the toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
Look at the medications.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
There's quite the collection in here.
Anything of note?
Search the bottles.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra. Nacra? This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Nacra, opioid antagonist.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. Search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Okay, electrochemistry, I need you again. Ah, that's why my suggestion was talkative, because I wasn't wearing my regular shirt. These electrochemistry clothes are coming in handy actually, much more than I expected them to be. Very glad that I got this rope. And graphs. So, clothes that I got from Silgan, they were very useful this whole time.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs, plus a bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
What is so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Peptide.
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
I am not interested. I don't want to be a junkie. Maybe there's something secret behind that curtain. Wait, what is that? Is that a shoe or is that... Is it panties? I can't see for sure. Okay, let me dress up again. Properly. You feel someone watching you behind the glass door, a woman. The bed has been hastily made. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog.
Welcome to the roof.
Haven't seen you in a while, since day one. What your portrait tells me about you. that your hair is dyed? Maybe it was green before? She looks sick and tired. The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Is there a cleaning lady? I think I need one. It was Sylvie. Of course she's not coming. Nice view you've got, sir.
Nice? I don't know about that, officer.
She looks north, towards the yard.
Where a ripe corpse still hangs from the tree, spotted with green and purple. The woman doesn't flinch, but there is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness.
She probably isn't happy to see that guy. Not probably, definitely.
Oh yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
It has. Disco Infernum. Hell, you know not of which you speak. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place. A third place, much different from our world. No, I just trashed the place.
I know. That's probably also why the cleaning lady quit.
I am Kim Kitsuragi. I am a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
This does not come as good news to him.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Once a cop, always a cop. I have very little idea of what I'm doing. That is unimportant to the case at hand.
Like riding a coppercycle.
She takes a sip of her coffee.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
What is your name, miss, for the record?
Klaasje Amandu.
Klaasje.
Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent.
Are you from Oranje?
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
What is Oranje?
A bad memory, officer.
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations to hold stake in the continued occupation of Revachol, the coalition. People consider it a reasonable superpower.
Reasonable?
They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares, but they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did in its prime.
So they are violent, but in a subtle way. A bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Let it be.
It's the past. People can't go back to the past.
Thankfully, it's implied.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, I thought you were like maybe 32. A little younger than I was speculating. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer. His partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. I touched him. He's warm. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
You're a cop?
No, no. More stupid. Oranese lit.
Oranese lit.
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranese literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters.
Revacholian literature too?
No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world.
I have no intention of doing that. I do feel the urge to save the world, yes. I guess that's why I am on this case. The world is unimportant. I want to hear about you.
Strange. Usually the Revacholian hero does not save women.
She breathes in the menthol, flavored fumes, savoring it.
It's a frivolous pursuit. He saves all of mankind instead.
She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault. But, of course, what seems should not be your priority.
Oranese lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. Show her some money.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Rene 37.
It's the world's most tired smile. Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
Could we take a look at your passport, please?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
I'm pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss. How do I know you have told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Mondu. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
That's not why you hid it, whoa.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
He's suddenly very attentive.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry, this has nothing to do with your investigation.
What kind of people are these? The ones that don't like you?
I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
You might be.
No, I'm not.
She waves you off.
She doesn't seem to be overly distressed. Or distressed at all, really.
My colleague has an exploratory sense of humor. Don't hold it against him.
He's thinking, I like this kind of prodding, whatever the situation. It may lead somewhere yet.
Yeah, you are my suspect. Okay then.
Okie dokie.
Thank you, that's it for the record.
The record? So official.
Nice room you have got here.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
What are you doing here in the whirling in rags? Look around. Hate to say, but you've got sad all over the place. You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. Yeah.
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
The bills downstairs concur.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in Revachol.
I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. And she isn't really hiding it either.
Yeah, I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Is that why you are out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The SAD got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
What exactly is the nature of this contamination?
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial SAD spill in there.
She taps the roof with her heel.
Somewhere below, military-grade SAD is dripping off the walls. You should say the first thing. It's honest. It will lead to introspection.
Something is bad. Point to your head. In my head, in the past, it's a demon who smells of betrayal and apricots. For me, it's alcoholism, miss.
That's where it always comes from, isn't it? From the head and from the past.
It's a feeling, acidic and crawling with doom. Gaseous, invisible, deadly. It's everywhere.
Sounds like an advanced form of what I've got. With a bit of old love sprinkled on top.
Doesn't feel like love at all.
Are you sure? Love is terror. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
She says without any discernible irony.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
Yeah, authority, I don't like you. After you encouraging me to kill myself in the last episode. Narcomania is nothing to be proud of, miss. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the anti-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
The anti-star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
Okay, this is one of my favorite lines in the game so far. Eventually mutated into a corpse. That's... I need to remember this one. I actually should take a note of that. Alright. The collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive.
Better safe than sorry.
You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
That's all as far as that goes, then.
Very funky.
I have other questions.
Okay.
Sometimes her dialogue goes so fucking loud. I notice your room is close to mine. I have a personal question.
Yes. You're just one room away. Very personal.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something, like what you were doing before you blacked out.
Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
He waits for you to finish the sentence.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Okay. I will talk to her later then. They tell us you have been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
She takes a quick drag, unperturbed.
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Actually, it's already afternoon.
Is it?
Squinting, she takes a look around. The spring sun is high in the sky. People pass below.
It is afternoon. Time flies, man.
So, where are you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
It's all very organic. Her mannerisms, her movements. If she's acting, she's quite gifted. By they, she means the Hardie boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asks you to spice things up for us. Are you sure you weren't raped? What did happen between you and the victim? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna ask everything one by one.
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands.
Warming them.
I'm 89% sure.
Does that mean you are 11% not sure?
You know how it is.
Do you?
Actually, I don't.
Maybe you don't.
The ash lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
Okay then, no one deserves to be raped. Sexual assault is a serious matter. I need a serious statement from you. Sounds like something happened and you don't want to acknowledge it.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Wait, partied? Where have I heard that before? You mean like a birthday party? What kind of partying? Point to your bloated face. The kind I do? I don't get it. What do you mean partied? Suspect partied with victim. Write it down, Kim.
A lot of partying going on. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
No one parties harder than me. Harder than this, keep pointing to your face. I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
You mean he died from overdose?
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
You were lovers? Were feelings involved?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
The lieutenant's voice is quiet and calm.
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension?
He was our niece, so maybe... She is not a fan of her people, I think.
With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Must be hard for you, seeing him there all the time.
Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
Ah. The call reporting the hanging, that was you.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Alright.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Tearing off his armor. Demeaning him. Throwing rocks at him.
The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
That's oddly specific. How you know how to do that? Are you perhaps experienced with radio stations?
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
And in the process you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
We're not entirely convinced about that answer, but okay. Let it slide. Pushing won't help here.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
She looks away.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna happen today. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
Another puff, more nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
I have also seen him in a dream.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
I see him as me.
She fishes a cigarette out of her pack and lights it, then looks at you with her lungs full of smoke.
I can see the similarity, yes.
She breathes out through her nostrils. The air smells of menthol.
Funny.
The lieutenant says softly.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
Kim had the same dream. What did they hang him for, if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardie boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardie boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
Would that be why they lynched him? Jealousy?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
What do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
Oh. Thank you for telling us all of this, miss. Fucking hell. And she nonchalantly says that awful thing.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
I had something else before we go. A little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Volition, look her in the eye.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise.
3 different skills are protecting me from her.
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
What is happening?
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. You are not a fool. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Am I being beguiled? What does that mean? Like seduced or? Charmed.
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head.
Avert your eyes.
The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardie boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
What did she tell us all of that? Not what, why?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
You would have caught it.
Yep. I would have caught it.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something's off here.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things.
Yep.
The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Yep. You are right, Kim. Oof. Okay. So I guess I need to talk with... Oh, wait. There was a door that I didn't explore, actually.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Push.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Evrart. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Do you think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
And now you admit it. So maybe the door below is a mega investigation. I could say something, but I'm not going to, because I don't gloat.
He doesn't say anything. You should have gloated.
Alright. Can we do this?
The same small, heavy door.
Probably will kill me, right?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
I'm just gonna die, because I am ending this episode here. Yeah, I'm stopping.
You feel something in
today.
your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left. Yeah, screaming isn't happening on account of all you feel is pain and weakness. Cop suffers final.
Okay, I'm done. My next episode will be recorded probably sometime later, maybe in 3 days, because I wanna focus on editing and uploading 2 episodes that I recorded this weekend. So tomorrow and in 2 days I will be busy doing that. Yeah. Again, a very good progress, and next time I will talk with Hardie boys and then talk with Measurehead to get that body off finally, and then maybe I will talk with Klaasje again without Kim. Yeah, so interested to see how that will go. Oh, we now know about the mercenary tribunal, so we have a time limit and we need to do things fast. So yeah, it feels like I am maybe at the middle of the game currently, so very excited to see how this will go, and yeah, I hope you are too. So thanks for watching and goodbye.